We all come from different backgrounds, different settings, different upbringings. We tend to look at each other and think, oh, this person's nothing like me. First, we act way differently, we look different, we have nothing in common, etc. But then you have to think, we're all programmed the same way. We all have our own interests, our own reaction towards certain things. Same as how I can like something, you can like something else. This is so much as liking the same thing. It's just a general feeling and emotion of liking something or having some sort of passion towards something. We all share those same emotions. It's just brought out differently depending on the person. I think we could also apply that to mental health. Me, I can be okay right now, while I could go and ask somebody else, how are you feeling? They could say, oh, I'm not feeling too good. Same as how they might not be feeling good. I could look back and think, oh, well, the other day I wasn't feeling too good. It's just a matter of hearing somebody express their emotion or how they feeling and instantly know what they're talking about because you've been there in one way or another. I think anybody should be able to speak out and express how they feel, and we should be able to listen and understand.
For me, physically, I am not satisfied, mainly because my body is not where I want it to be right now.
Overall, I've been feeling physically okay, mentally stable, and emotionally stable.
So I'm going to buy a gym membership starting tomorrow. Mentally, it's questionable because sometimes, I feel sad, mad, happy.
I'm feeling fine. Ain't really nothing been disturbing me lately. Peace has been perfect.
My mood just goes through a whole lot of change throughout the day. And I think that's because I don't know what truly makes me happy besides certain things I can't always rely on. Emotionally, I feel like I'm always... Sometimes I feel like a ticking time bomb. Like I feel like my emotions are going to get the best of me because they do all the time. I feel like I'm always angry and I feel like I'm just trying to work.
Just based off of that, we've all been there, like I said, one way or another, brought out in some sort of way. We don't experience the same things, but I can say we do experience the same emotions.
Everything been really smooth lately. Things been going great. Summertime, I just been, cool.
I haven't had any mental disturbances lately, only because my mental has been the same for a very long time, and nothing has changed about that, even though I am trying to change that, but I guess I'm still working on it.
I have not had any types of mental disturbances. I try my best to keep out negative energy or as in distractions that could cause damage or harm to my self-awareness and also to my mental health in order to keep it on a stable level without any disturbance.
Like I said, we all have different upbringings, but I think behind everything, there was something, maybe even just a thought that occurred while we were younger that sort of affected our mindset permanently and still affect the current version of ourselves.
When I was younger, I was a child. I really wasn't much I could really struggle from. And if I did, I'd go to my safe place, which is watching cartoons, I guess, when I was younger. Or watch anime.
When I was 10, I found out my grandma had terminal colon cancer, and I wasn't supposed to know that, and I found that out over a phone call between my other grandmother and my mom.
Growing up, I most definitely struggled with my mental health and emotional health, as I feel most kids my age and older even still do to this day every now and then, regardless if they want to bring it to the light or not.
And I just really cannot believe it. I went in the bathroom for like an hour crying my eyes out and all that. When she finally passed away, I started struggling with anxiety and depression and stuff. I still have anxiety today, but not as much depression. I mean, life has gotten slightly better.
As to what triggers it, it's really just little things that people can, not all of us can explain our emotions like when you're going through it, it's like you're living in the moment of it. You can't really express it. But when you're trying to explain it after the fact of it happening, it's like rehearsing lines. You feel like it's a story that you can't really tell because it doesn't feel like it's your story.
My emotions, I did not know how to control them. I was always angry. I was crying and stuff. When I moved schools, I was just a different person. I was mean.
You're having a hard time explaining it, and it's like you want to let the people know how you feel, but it's just that little part in your body just doesn't know how to convey every emotion that's gone through you.
I felt it was a lot going on, so it was like a riot of emotions. I was sad, I was angry, I was at a state of like two different mindsets. I was doing things out of the ordinary, out of my character. That's how bad it was, in my opinion.
I know for a fact that I can go up to anybody and ask, would you want to be healthy mentally or emotionally? And we'll all have that same answer. Yes, obviously, we all want to be in that position in life where we're not going through any mental or emotional struggles, because we all know it's not a good feeling at all. Unfortunately, some of us reach that goal harder than others. Some of us reach that goal way completely easier than others. It's not necessarily because we're not doing the right thing. It's just we have that starting position in life that's different between everybody. We'll all start somewhere differently in life. It's up to all of us utilize what we have in whatever position we're in and change ourselves to that mindset and that state to be completely healthy and fine and just be free from struggles and hardships. It's pretty much like a journey, and we all set out to it in order to reach that common goal. And at the end of it, we're all gonna come out however we want to be, not personality wise. Sometimes by the end of it, we might not even be the same person. We might be a completely different person, either for the better or the worse.
Today, I'm a more secluded person than I was when I was that age. I prefer to be alone most of the time, even though I have a lot of people that like me. I have a decent amount of friends in and out of school. I don't know how to express myself well, depending on who you are. It takes me a while. I have anxiety that I have a hard time coping with.
I'd most definitely say that my mental health from like about 2 years ago has improved like drastically. Like when I look at the old me, I look at a guy who was misguided at some point in life, who was just looking for a place to be in. Like he just wanted a place of his own. In my past, I was trying too hard to be someone that I wasn't. Trying to be this kid that was happy on the outside when really I wasn't. I can't lie. I wasn't always the best kid in the crowd. I didn't have it like that. So I wouldn't put that out there like I did have it like that. I've had my fair share of hurt, fair share of pain, fair share of depression, fair share of mental illness, all that. I refuse to ever abandon that. And I feel like when you abandon your past, you abandon your present. You want to embrace your past. Embrace your flaws. When you embrace your flaws, you lead yourself to bigger self-growth. If you can't recognize your past self, how can you recognize the man in the mirror that's just standing before you now?
And being in a different position in life from other people, problems are gonna come with us way differently than how it might come with the next person. It might come easier, it might come harder. And while it might come easier for that person, there's a separate issue that they have that you don't. Overall, we have to adjust to our own circumstances that'll obviously be different from the next person and come up with our own methods to cope with it and remain stable until we get through with whatever we're going through.
Personally, me, I feel like controlling my emotions comes a lot with thinking and living in the moment. I say this all the time: live and think in the moment. When you live and think in the moment, you save yourself a lot of problems.
My only two methods are actually three. My only three methods are listening to music. Music is always my getaway from everything. I could just sit in my bed and listen to music all day long, especially since I actually like music and I like, listening to artists that relate to me, something I can vibe with, something I can dance to, sing to. I like singing. I like playing video games, not all the time though, because they can get boring after a while. And my last one is working out. I don't do that often, mainly because I don't have a place to do that, but I'm gonna get a membership tomorrow. That's another way. Like, working out really makes me build confidence in myself because I don't really have that a lot.
Every action has a reaction. If you react the wrong way, if you display the wrong actions, you'll get the reaction you're looking for, whether it's an expected reaction or an unexpected reaction. Which is why it's best that you pay attention and see everything through. before you react to it. That's how you'll be able to control your emotions. It's easier said than done, most definitely, and it takes time. But as long as you're willing to put forth that time, it should be fine.
If you ask a person, when have they been the happiest they've ever been, you'll likely have two different answers. You have a person that says there's still a future ahead of us. There's no telling if I've been the happiest I've ever been. And the other answer you might have is the type of person who could like look back on a day from like the other week where they were just like really happy and better than they've ever been, maybe say for a while. But I think the overall thing that you can take from that question is we don't know when's the happiest we'll ever be. We might be able to recall a day we've been the happiest, but there's no guarantee in our future that we'll be happier than we ever been in our past. There might be a day in the future where we've been happier, but the truth is that we don't know. So personally, I think the only option is to keep putting that effort each and every day, being optimistic of the future and just going off of the past and just putting that effort to make each day better. Treat every day as if, okay, this next day is gonna be the happiest I've ever been.
I haven't felt at my peak that way in a long time. Probably the only time I'd say I feel that way is when I'm working out, doing stuff, because my only mentality right there is just become better than who I am, which is all I want to do in my life. That's all I want to do is be a better person than I am right now, because you know the way people see me in my life is not how I see myself when I look in the mirror. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like not like working out just doesn't work out my body, it works out my mind too. But emotionally and mentally, that's the only time I feel like I'm happy, or if I'm hanging out with my girlfriend.
I can't say I've been at my peak emotionally, physically, and mentally. I'm still getting there. I'm still finding myself, like every kid my age should be. No one is the happiest they've ever been right now. No one's there yet. First off, we need to stop chasing the mindless concept that happiness is supposed to be given. It's not that at all. Life is hard when you don't put forth the effort of being happy. Life will never be hard, and if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be life.
Why did you choose to do this documentary? Well, when I first had the task of doing the documentary, I was kind of looking around and looking at things to do. And my first couple ideas were things that were like my interest, but then I said, if I'm going to do this and people are going to watch it, then I might as well do something that's going to relate to other people. So thing I instantly thought of was mental health. Not everybody's in the same healthy mental space. We all going like our struggles when it comes to mental health.
I feel like you probably answered this, but what did you hope to get out of it, the documentary?
I want people to watch this and think, oh, this is just another documentary about a topic. I want people to take something from it and like know that this was actually made with a purpose. I want people to watch this and keep in mind that, like I said, we've all been there. We're all currently going through it. And as humans, we were all placed on this planet together. We should be able to help each other. I want everybody to know that wherever they look, there should be at least a handful of people they can go to and at least talk to, and simply just talking to another person should be able to somehow help them. Even if another person can help them physically, but just simply having a person that's there to listen to you, that should be enough to like help people. Not like this is an issue that can be eliminated. This can prevent a lot of like worse outcomes when people begin to have these mental problems and mental issues simply be solved by just having somebody that can relate to you. Just simply that.